Hey there, everyone. Welcome to this, what is today? Thursday evening launch of 53 Starlink satellites from Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. I'm Kevin, coming to you from Ohio. Where are you from? What you munching on? Muster up. What's going on? Rumbillions in the chat and the Rumbles rants. We'll get to the live stream here in a second. Flygrim, good to see you again from Nazareth, PA. Andy's Ghost. Elon has brought back Twitter. Let's go. Yes, I know. Win one for freedom. Big one. The teeny tiny homestead. I finally caught alive. Good for you, man. We can actually see the rocket this evening. That's a rarity. Well, we can kind of see it. The fog isn't actually coming from the atmosphere. It's coming from the rocket. The fog that's actually concealing the rocket's from the rocket. That's the cryopropellant just boiling off, and they're venting it. And it's also meeting up with the warmth of the Southern California air, or Californian air. Sorry, guys, I'm really tired today. We'll talk about why here in a second. Exciting news, personal news. KB Patriot 724. Anybody know what time this launch is supposed to take place? In about 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Let's go ahead and go doggo cam so I can introduce my co-host. There is Peeps passed out on the floor. He too is a tired boy. I got Kerbal Jeb and Wilson with me as well. We got more doggos to introduce, but we'll do that in a little bit. Nitro Fuel from Southern Illinois, plural. Baked chicken and potatoes on my plate. Good for you, man. So it's 9/11 here on the east side. It's only 6:11, 3 hours behind, yeah, for Vandenberg. So if you live between here and there, then it's somewhere in between time-wise. More central Illinois. Oh, okay, I want to introduce our other co-host here. Yeah, you probably never seen him before. Come here, Wiley. This is Wiley, short for Wiley Coyote. Hi, Bubba. We rescued him today, actually. Surprise! Yeah, from a drug house. Yeah, that is why I'm wiped out, and that's why Peeps is currently dead. And Kunu is probably hiding in a corner somewhere, sleeping. He's laying by the banister. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to the doggo cam. Are you okay, friend? He's got a lot of energy. We think he's a German Shepherd, but we think he might have some Malinois in him. He does. Because he's definitely got the beak of one, for sure. Let's go big screen. We'll turn the volume up here in a minute. Yeah, so we named him Wiley because he's very wily. He always broke out of the drug house by opening up a sliding door and then making his way to his neighbor's house next door, where he'd open up their sliding door, go inside, eat their food, play with their dogs, because he was very neglected at the drug house.
He's like on the window. He loves windows.
Yeah, he loves windows.
He was high there. Look out, dog.
So he's very wily. He's 14 months old, so he's kind of a puppy. Sorry, I'm not using the doggo cam right now.
You had to step under it, buddy. Are you not? He's afraid. Come on.
Yeah. He's got a lot of energy.
Come on, let's go.
We're thinking we're just gonna foster him, but you never know. We might end up falling in love with him because that's what we do, and keeping him. But as of right now, we're kind of leaning toward fostering him, just because we have two big 100-pound German Shepherds, and it's a lot. But he's a really good boy. He's very sweet for coming from such a bad place. He's a very well-behaved dog. He was just neglected, so he's a little thin, but he's got good manners. He listens when he wants to, so we're gonna work on that. He's not neutered, so we're gonna get him neutered, and then we're gonna let him heal up, and then I'll keep you guys informed on what the game plan is from there. So if you're interested, or you know somebody who's interested who loves German Shepherds or Malinois, who can handle them, just stay tuned. Okay. He's a really good boy, though. He wore us all out within hours of getting him. He's got a lot of energy. He's a rambunctious pup. All right, let's turn the volume up. So this Falcon 9 first stage has flown 7 flights. This is its 8th flight. All right, carrying 53 Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit from Vandenberg.
T-minus 15 seconds.
and it's gonna land on.
T-minus 10, 9,
Of
8,
course, I still love you.
7,
Station on the
6,
Pacific.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power. And liftoff. Go Starlink. Go Falcon 9. Go Starlink.
Awesome view from Vandenberg. What a rarity. Look them clouds, booster. Oh, nice.
M1D chamber pressure is nominal.
Nice sunset launch. Should get some pretty good views of stage set. So at the bottom of your screen, you can see max Q here. That's maximum aerodynamic pressure. That's when the speed of the rocket meets the density of the atmosphere and creates the most pressure on that nose cone or fairing. That bulge you see at the tip.
Acquisition of signal.
The tip.
As you can see, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Vandenberg Space Force Base, carrying our Starlink payload out into space. We are now preparing to pass through max Q.
Max Q.
And great timing, we have just passed through max Q.
What's going on, Maga Mentat from Texas? Dude, that is a clear view.
We do have a few events
Love
happening coming up in just about a minute from now, happening back to back. That is MECO, or main engine cutoff, stage separation, and then SES-1, or the Merlin vacuum engine startup.
MVAC chill.
MECO is where all 9 of those M1D engines that you're seeing ignited on your screen, they will shut down, and that helps prepare the vehicle for stage separation. Once the vehicles separate from each other, the second stage will ignite its Merlin vacuum engine, and the first stage will make its way to attempt to land on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, today.
You notice that the rocket went vertical to horizontal. That's because it needs to go horizontal in order to go continuously fall around the Earth.
Again, we
if
have
it goes
those 3
straight up,
events
it'll come
coming
straight
up
back
here
down.
in just about 20 seconds or so. MECO, stage separation.
Acquisition of a signal. Go Quest.
And MVAC ignition.
Zoom out a bit, guy. Come on now.
MECO. Stage separation confirmed. MVAC ignition.
And really cool views there.
Bearing separation confirmed.
Awesome views there. We've had MECO, stage separation, the ignition of that Merlin vacuum engine, and also confirmation of fairing deploy, which you could kind of see it in the background of your right-hand screen, that fairing making its way back down to Earth. Now we will attempt to recover these fairing halves using NRC Quest today.
They use parachutes to shoot them down into the ocean, and they scoop them up like a bunch of fishermen. Those fairing halves are each worth $3 million a pop, so $6 million total. So they like to reuse those.
On your left-hand screen, you can see a view from the first stage. The grid fins that you see there on your screen are now deployed. Those help guide the vehicle back down to its landing zone. On your right-hand screen is a view from the second stage looking at our MVAC engine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He loves to play. He's just a poppy. So you see these poofers on the left-hand side there off the first stage. That's the ACS, RCS system. That just kind of, Newton's third law pushes the booster around, points it in the right direction for re-entry. And then once we get into the denser parts of the atmosphere, those giant fly swatters will take over and steer it toward the awaiting drone ship for its 8th landing. Calling pumpkins? What you doing, Wiley? You crazies?
So far, nominal trajectories for both vehicles. Again, the first stage is making its way back down to Earth. In just a couple of minutes, we will have the entry burn beginning on the first stage, followed by the landing burn, which is a single engine burn, just about 30 seconds before touchdown. And again, we are attempting to land on, Of Course I Still Love You, off the coast of California today.
Ooh, you got a SpaceX blanket, huh?
And today's mission marks
I haven't seen
SpaceX's
that in a while.
49th launch this year and 187th overall mission. As previously mentioned, the first stage booster supporting this mission previously launched Sentinel-6 Michael Freilich, DART, and 5
Both
Starlink
vehicles are
missions.
following a nominal trajectory.
And good callouts that both vehicles are following nominal
You
trajectories.
gotta lay the SpaceX logo up so the doggo cam can see it.
Actually, this is the guy.
Yeah, old school Cloud Licker viewers will recognize
Yesterday
that.
also
I used to use that to cover the TV
two-year
in the
anniversary
background.
of Starlink Better Than Nothing beta launch. Since then, our teams have been very busy at work. Starlink is now available in over 40 countries around the world, available for businesses, boats, aircraft, and specialty projects. And just last month, we completed the production of our 1 millionth Starlink kit. Congrats to the entire team, and go Starlink.
He's a little crazy. Okay, big Kuno, come here, Wiley. Come on.
Is Kuno up in the chair?
Oh, he's in the corner behind the trigger.
Now we're
Kuno's
just
like, "I've
under
had enough."
20
He
seconds
loves
away
Kuno,
from
man.
that
He will
entry
not
burn
leave Kuno
beginning
alone.
on
Poor
the
Kuno
first
Bear.
stage. You can see the first stage on your left-hand screen.
Kuno's like, this is hell. You crazy. There you go.
He turns around. He's like, "Hello, I'm right here." Man, if only I had the energy that this dog has, I could have ran around the entire city by now. Oh wow, he yawned. That means he must be getting tired. No way.
And there
I
you
don't believe it.
burn startup.
So unimpressed with him. He's just
There you can see him with that call out. The entry burn has begun. This burn lasts about 20 seconds long. Just 3 of the 9 M1D engines reigniting. This helps slow the stage down as
Stage 1 entry burn shut down.
This helps slow the stage down as it enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. And as you can see, the engines have shut down.
He's probably not
Which
used to
concludes
smelling
the
things that
entry
don't
burn.
smell like drugs.
The next burn coming up for stage 1 will be that Center E9 engine igniting for the landing burn in just about 30 seconds from now.
He's coming in fast.
Was it gonna land?
Yep, it's gonna land, Carrie.
While the first stage is landing, we will have second stage engine cutoff 1. So you may hear those call outs happening around the same time.
Stage 1 transonic.
Oh God.
What's he getting into? We just heard a boom.
Stage 2 FTS was saved.
There's a drone ship right underneath that grid fin there. You'll see it even better here in about 5 seconds.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Come on,
And there
Carrie.
you can see on your left-hand screen, the landing burn has begun on this booster. Let's watch as it touches down on, of course, I Still Love You.
Here he goes.
Keep it.
Landing leg
Keep it.
deploy.
Keep it.
Are you gonna chill? Come here.
Nice.
Impact shutdown.
Kept it the whole time. How about that? Not
And
quite a
awesome
bullseye, but better than
view
what I could do.
of that landing.
Please clap.
The Falcon has landed.
I was looking at him.
This
Good job.
marks
Nominal orbit insertion.
This marks the 149th landing of an orbital class rocket, the 49th launch of 2022. And we also had second stage engine cutoff and confirmation of good orbit.
I know he is. That's exactly what he's trying to do. No, you stay here. Come here. You're crazy.
Dog,
Stage 2 is
he
now carrying 53
he's too
Starlink
friendly.
satellites into low Earth
Loves
orbit, and with
companionship.
confirmation of first stage landing and successful second stage cutoff, we'll wrap up today's launch coverage. If you're interested in following along, we have our nets live on YouTube, and be sure to check SpaceX social media for confirmation of Starlink deploy. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Jesse, for hosting that for us. Wiley, that dog, man, because he was neglected, he loves, like, it's weird. He's great with kids because the druggies had kids that they also neglected, but he loves kids. He loves other animals, loves other dogs. He's good with cats. So he's a really great dog. Just needs, because he's still a puppy. He's 14 months old. He just needs some guidance and needs to learn boundaries, especially when I already have 200-pound German Shepherds. So they're helping me teach him boundaries. But man, he just loves Kunu. He loves Kunu.
He's laying in the chair over the armrest staring at
So
me.
outside my studio, there's a chair, just what kind of chair is it? Just an armchair?
Yeah, it's an armchair.
And Kunu's laying behind it, beside it,
In the corner.
in the corner.
And he's laying over it,
And
like with the arm
Wyatt
staring
jumped
at him.
onto the chair and he's laying over it with his head over the armrest, staring at Kunu. Like, he's obsessed, man. And Kunu's just like, dude, leave me alone. I'm he's 7 years old, right? 7.5.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm an old man, bro.
See, I just like to be friends.
Yeah, that was an awesome landing.
You're a good boy.
A West Coast sunset launch. Nice. I wish I would have seen that in person. It's so cool because Vandenberg usually is so foggy you can't even see the rocket, but we got a pretty awesome view that whole time. So I picked up the dog today, and then at the same time, we both work from home. She does her lawyer wife stuff, and I had to prep for tomorrow's episode of SpaceX in the News, so that was a lot of fun, but I got it done. So keep an eye out tomorrow for our 351st episode of SpaceX in the News. It's going to be awesome. I'm super stoked about it, especially the honorable mention. No spoilers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me for this evening launch of 53 Starlink satellites. It is good to see you all virtually. Have a nominal work week, what's left of it. Don't do anything I would do. And until tomorrow, Godspeed.